end yesterday, but this is how the game almost ended. That's because the top of the 10th inning. 3-run shot in Cleveland. They won the game last time Mr. Anderson faced the Mariners. We're back more on tonight's pitching matchup when we continue.
Seattle Mariners baseball en route sports is brought to you by your local Ford stores, by the Emerald Queen Casino presenting country icon Travis Tritt August 6th. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. And by Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. I love this story. Earlier today, the umpiring crew working tonight's game visited Seattle Children's Hospital as part of the Umps Care Charities Blue for Kids program. John Hirschbeck, Bill Welke, and DJ Rayburn, along with the Mariner Moose, handed out Build-A-Bear stuffed animals to the children battling cancer and other serious illnesses. This was the 115th hospital visit by MLB umpires since the program started in 2006. For more information, log on to www.umpscare.com. And then you can remember this when perhaps maybe one of the umpires makes a call that you don't like. Maybe you won't throw something at your television. Well, right now, the Mariners have lost 4 straight. On the other side of things, the Tribe has won a season-high 6 straight. So the matchup on the mound tonight, brought to you by our friends at Lexus, is going to be Cody Anderson versus Wade Miley. Now, Cody Anderson has been up and down. This is already his 4th stint with the big league club, recalled earlier today. And on the other side, the Mariners side of the Lexus pitching matchup, you've got Wade Miley going after his 6th win of the season. And he's been a little Jekyll and Miley, if you will. His first 4 starts, he was fantastic, or excuse me, he struggled just a little bit. 344 opponent's batting average and ERA over 7. But you look at his next 4 starts, turned it around, an ERA of 2, but then all of a sudden his last 3, and he's got an ERA ballooning up over 11, and opponents hitting .400 against him. Angie Mentink again joined by Mike Blowers up in the booth. And Mike Blowers, you've seen him be very good and then not so much. So when you see him going well, what do you see as the difference?
I think his fastball command at the start of the game is usually really good. And then if you look at his breaking ball, especially his slider, he typically will keep it down. He'll throw it down and then out of the strike zone to the right-handers to get him to swing over the top of it, Angie. But if you look at his struggles this year, it has been in the first inning. In his last 3 starts, he's given up 9 earned runs in the first inning. His ERA in the first inning over 10. So it really gets down to where is he at when he comes out of the bullpen. You look at his changeup and his curveball this year. Fly ball percentage for home runs this year up 17% on his off-speed pitches, in large part his curveball and his changeup. So for Wade, it really is. You saw the numbers there as he's gone through the season. The good news for him, as the season progresses, he typically gets better and more consistent.
See, and then you're being all technical, and here I thought it was going to be the facial hair and the lack thereof. It's going to take him to a whole new level.
Yeah, that'll help him tonight.
All right, good. All right, Mike, thank you very much. I probably would agree with Mike's thinking and not mine with the facial hair. Hey, it's Twitter Tuesday, folks. Hope that you will play along with us. We're giving away prizes all night long. You got 5 chances to win, posting questions throughout the night. Reminder, winners are chosen at random. So our question, our first question of the night, use hashtag RootQ1 and predict how many total runs will be scored by AOS teams in tonight's game. This is for a chance to win one free large carry-out pizza from our friends at Pizza Hut. Hurry, though, because question 2 is coming. Question 1 will close. We're back after this.
From Safeco Field, we welcome you to Mariners baseball this Tuesday evening. Good to have you with us as the Cleveland Indians are in town. Game 2 of a 4-game set. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, Root Sports crew, and Mariner Hall of Famer Jay Buhner. A little bit later, we're underway. Rajay Davis leading off for the Tribe, and strike 1 from Wade Miley. Plate umpire Bill Welke, Mike Malinsky at first, John Hirschbeck at second, DJ Rayburn at third. And Mike, right off the bat, we got to start. Can Miley get through the first inning? He's had all kinds of problems in his recent starts.
Yeah, it's been an issue for him in his last 3 starts, giving up 9 earned runs in the first inning.
There's a pop-up. Daeho Lee takes charge, 1 out.
It's a good start.
Take a look at the rest of the Tribe batting order.
You just saw Davis. He was 2 for 4 last night with a home run and a stolen base. And then you had a cleanup hitter, Napoli. Napoli leads the club in home runs and RBIs. Jan Gomes did not play yesterday. He's been struggling this year with a 176 batting average, but he is 2 for 3 in his career against Wade Miley. For Miley on the year, 5-game winner, but a high ERA, 5.85 ERA, 49 strikeouts and 19 walks. Opponents hitting .292. He has given up 12 home runs this year.
And if you're wondering, he got rid of the beard yesterday. Here's Jason Kipnis, the second baseman. Mariners 4 consecutive losses, 8 of their last 11. And in their last 9 home games, a record of 4 and 5.
I think the encouraging part over the last couple of games that the Mariners have lost is Iwakuma, a very good outing. Paxton was electric last night in his start, topping out at 101 miles an hour. So hopefully the guys in the rotation get back on a roll again. They're certainly capable of it. Get Wade Miley moving in the right direction. There's James Paxton in the middle.
There's Ketel Marte in the left. Neck spasms took him out of the lineup about an hour or so ago. That's a tough break. It was nice to welcome him back last evening. He went 1 for 3 with a stolen base. So Sean O'Malley gets the call at shortstop. So neck spasms for Marte. Hopefully he'll be back in there tomorrow. Clouds have really rolled in here over Safeco Field. Ground ball to Seager. Throws out Kipnis.
Take a look at the defense for the Mariners tonight. Aoki getting the start out in center field, as Dave just mentioned. Sean O'Malley will get the start at shortstop. Marte originally in the lineup, but was a late scratch. Steve Clevenger will do the catching tonight. Defensive setup brought to you by American Family Insurance.
Miley, 29 years old, second appearance against the Tribe this year. Went 3 2/3 innings back on the 19th of April. Lost in that game. Didn't have his best control that game. He had 4 walks. Walked in a run. Francisco Lindor, shortstop. One of the bright young players in all of baseball. 0-2. Terry Francona, skipper of the Tribe, back on June 1, only 6 days ago. They were third place, 2.5 games behind first place Kansas City, and now the Tribe is up 2.5 on Kansas City. One-two pitch up the middle. Here comes Cano. Goes across his body and got a nice play. 12 pitches for Wade Miley. Gets out of the first inning successfully. Mariners coming to bat. Rocky's going to lead things off. He had 2 of the Mariners' 5 hits last night, a 3-1 loss in the opener to the Tribe. Let's take a look at the rest of the batting order.
Oakie's been swinging the bat well. Also drove in the only run for the Mariners last night. How about Kyle Seager hitting 5th tonight since April 30th, hitting .375, 6 home runs and 29 RBIs. Let's hope that continues. Adam Lynn is your DH. He will hit 7th, 4 for 6 with a home run in his career against Anderson. And for Cody Anderson, getting the start tonight on the year, 1-3 record, ERA high at 6.81, 31 strikeouts, only 7 walks in 39 2/3. Opponent's hitting .333, and he's given up 10 home runs.
So Cody Anderson out of Quincy, California, lives in Sparks, Nevada. First pitch is a strike to Aoki.
Cody Anderson, a good fastball. He'll be in the mid-90s with it. Also mix in a changeup.
0-1 to Nori.
That's a breaking ball. Doesn't throw it a lot. Basically, he's going to try to speed you up and slow you back down. Fastball changeup.
So he started working on a curveball his last start against the White Sox. He went 7 innings in that game. Last start. Mariners saw him back on the 21st of April, a Thursday. Mariners winning 10-7 in Cleveland.
Pretty good changeup right there to Aoki at the bottom of the strike zone, 87 miles an hour.
Two and 2 to Nori. Tried to make a diving catch last night. His knee's okay. 2-2. Ground ball, diving. Stopped by Napoli, and a nice lead to Anderson for the first out.
We'll take a look at the defense for the Indians, brought to you by American Family Insurance. Lonnie Chisenhall getting the start in right field. He did not play last night, getting the start tonight. Francisco Lindor, exciting young player at shortstop. And Yan Gomes also did not play last night, back behind the plate this evening. Take a look at Mike Napoli at first. Former catcher, does a pretty good job over at first base. Nice backhanded play as he takes a hit away from Aoki.
Good lead shovel there to the pitcher. Anderson covering. There's Seth Smith. Mike, a couple offers are going to go away tonight. Smitty's one of them. He's 0 for his last 10, and Adam Lind 0 for his last 11.
Yeah, and if you look at Seth last night, he really hit the ball well last night. A couple of fly balls. Had to hit the ball the other way because that's the way they pitched him. And Anderson missing off the plate right there. But nice line drive in the left field, a running catch, robbed him of a hit, and then up against the wall in the left center field, just missing a home run. So hopefully he's ready to break out. The Indians have the shift on with him hitting.
Good count for him at 2-0. 1 for 1. Seth Smith against Cody Anderson. Lefties and righties coming into this game hitting at .333 against Anderson. There you go. That's a slump breaker right there. Line drive off the fence. Smitty going for 2. This could be dicey. He is safe. Wow. A one-out double.
Yeah, Lindor didn't think so. He thought maybe Terry Francona maybe went to take a look at it, but Seth just missed a home run, a screaming line drive out to right field. Had to hustle to get back into second base. You take a look at his swing, barrels it up, and it's going to hit right off the top of the fence. Strong throw by Chisenhall in right field. Again, did not play last night. Lindor thought he had him. Here's another look at it.
There's the glove there, right there. Ooh, yeah, it's not super definitive. It looked like he might have got him on the calf, but didn't. Sometimes you look for that glove to move. It looked like it didn't move.
I think you'll get a better look right here. I think you will see it move. Keep an eye on the webbing of the glove. That disappeared in that shot.
Well, the good news, Smitty hit it hard.
And they called him safe. Here you go. Hard to tell from there.
Yeah, hard to tell. I think he might have got in there. Second base umpire is John Hirschbeck, veteran, been around for a lot of years.
This is the one right here, Dave. Right
yeah,
there.
There's the move. Yeah, you're right. Good call.
That's the best look we had at it, and it looked as if his glove did move. Yeah. So. And it was quick.
Smitty's not even on the bag. He knew it.
He was watching the replay.
Yep.
Base hit. 9-6.
2 outs. But again, Good news. Hit it hard, ahead in the count, hit it hard, missed the home run by a couple feet.
When you get into these little ruts where you're losing some games, that's basically what happens to you.
Right.
Another foot and it's a home run, and the Mariners are on the scoreboard. So they're trying to battle through that right now.
Brings up Robinson Cano. 284, 16 homers, 48 runs batted in. I was looking for him. Robinson Cano to get hot again. The streak ended at 34 games consecutive reaching base. Last night 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts and a ground out.
Might have been his toughest game this year.
I absolutely buy that, because it looked like timing was off, swung at some bad pitches. He did get the rest of his legs. He was the DH yesterday, so he got a little bit of a blow there.
One of the things Scott Service is trying to manage for Cano, especially after seeing what he went through last year. He wants to be in the lineup every day, and sometimes you have to force him to take some time off.
2-1. Cano 1 for 2 against Cody Anderson.
And it's tough not to write his name in the lineup with the way that he's been swinging the bat this year.
Two and two. Indians playing some really good ball. They've won 6 consecutive ball games. Robbie trying to keep the inning going. Nelson Cruz on deck. Robbie 3rd in home runs in the American League. And he caught a break. John Gomes dropped that foul tip. I think Robbie thought he was done.
He thought he held on to it.
Cano second in RBIs in the American League to Ortiz, 6 behind him.
If this is on a changeup running off the plate, gets a piece of it, and he thought that he'd caught it. He's going to get another chance.
2-2. Counts run full.
And right back to the same pitch.
Texas now leads 4-2 over Houston, bottom of the 8th. Keuchel against Hamels. That was your starting matchup. Desmond hit his 8th home run. Robbie through the whole base hit. There you go. 2 out knock here and sets up Cruz.
After a couple of changeups, he gets a fastball, belt high, inner half of the plate. He's done such a good job this year of staying on top of that high fastball. And he'll pick up a hit.
The ball, the game-winning 3-run shot he hit at Cleveland was a pitch up in his zone. Got on
It was
top.
at the top of the strike zone.
Remember that?
Yeah. Typically, left-handers have a tough time handling that pitch.
The right-handers, you get on that a little bit better, right?
Yeah. Left-handers typically, for whatever reason, like the ball down in the zone, but Robbie does a good job on that high fastball.
Physiological differences. Right-handers more often than not handle that better. Lefties get that loop zone down and in, right?
Well, I think for the right-handers that are hitting, most of them, they do everything right-handed, throw right-handed, so that top hand. Oh,
look at this. High drive, left field, line of carry, and goodbye. 2-run homer for Nelson Cruz. Boom, step, baby. 2-0 Mariners.
And Dave, that is going to be a great example when we see this replay of right-handers getting their right hand on top of the high fastball. I don't think you can do it much better than Nelson Cruz just did.
Thank you for helping us out in our PowerPoint, Mr. Cruz. 1-0 pitch.
14th home run of the year. RBI is 41 and 42. We'll take a look at it. 95 miles an hour, right towards the top of the strike zone, above the belt. And he fires on it. See his right hand, help him get the barrel to it, and drives it out of the ballpark.
That's a sweet swing. That is a sweet swing. PowerPoint indeed.
And for the Mariners, it's been difficult for them to get an early lead, but Nelson Cruz helps them out after Miley goes 1-2-3 in the top of the first. He helps him with a 2-out, 2-run homer.
410 feet and plenty of hang time on that baby as well. Exit velocity 110, 410 feet. And there was nobody back there signaling fair catch. For the Mariners, home run number 83 on the season, 3rd in the American League. Seager trying to continue this inning here. 1-2. 2-2 to Kyle. Seth Smith almost had a home run. Got thrown out trying to stretch single into a double. But he hit it hard. He broke an 0 for 10. Strike 3 called. Seager didn't like the call from Bill Welke. The Mariners have a fruitful first inning. Nelson Cruz rides one out of here. His 14th RBIs, number 41 and 42. It had the sound, it had the look, and the carry. 2-0 Mariners. Two-0 Mariners on the Nelson Cruz home run. And hey, Mariner fans, don't be shy. Both these guys into the All-Star game. They're both well deserving. For the Mariners.com. Mike Napoli, Carlos Santana, Jose Ramirez, 4, 5, and 6 for Wade Miley with a lead here in the second. Here are the voting leaders released today. Jackie Bradley Jr., Lorenzo Cain, Mike Trout. Machado, Bogarts, Altuve, and Hosmer in the infield. And Salvador Perez and David Ortiz. Ortiz as the DH. Two and 1 here to Napoli at the Golden Sombrero, 4 Ks last night.
And the Mariners have the shift on with the right-handed hitter. You can see Cano on the left side of the infield.
This one going back. It's going over Cruz's head. Bounces off the fence. Napoli will shut it down right there.
Nelson's feeling good. Hits a home run. One-hopped Kyle Seager at third. I was watching it.
Oh, boy. Nice hitting here by Napoli.
He does have power to all fields. Again, he leads the club in home runs and RBIs. 14 home runs on the year for Napoli. And he's been hot lately. You mentioned him striking out 4 times last night. James Paxton was something, wasn't he?
Oh. Let's talk about that. I had a long conversation with Mel Stoudemire Jr., the pitching coach. And he had to come to the big guy meeting with his pitching staff recently, given their recent run of struggles, to say the least. He said, no more head hanging. I need you guys to let it eat and let it eat immediately. And that was the thing that Scott Service talked about. He thought that, I think you and I talked about it last night, Paxton pitched with an edge. Generally, you don't see, sort of a reserve guy.
Yeah.
And I mentioned to Scott, I said, Scott, you as a catcher, I got to believe during your time you would poke the tiger to get him going. He says, listen, they only pitched 30, 35 times. It's your day. Make it happen.
That's a great point.
You know, he said, hey, Kershaw, Arrieta, you watch these guys come in. They're ready to cut your head off. He said, we need our guys to do that.
Well, it's interesting because I was listening to James after the game, and that's something that he talked about. He just talked about, he said he felt like he just had a little bit more of an edge and wanted to get after it. And I was watching him last night in the very first pitch of the ball game. It seemed like a real easy, you know, that three-quarter thing that he's working on.
Seager, they're going to go around the horn. They're going to get two. Nice and easy. 5-4-3.
But the first pitch was 98 miles an hour, and it looked like James was just having a catch in the backyard. An easy 98. And we saw him hit 100 a number of times. We'll take another look. Ground ball down to Kyle. Santana had a couple of hits in last night's game, but good to see Wade Miley get the ball on the ground, let the double play help him out.
So Jose Ramirez talking to Paxton. I said, dude, I saw you a little bit pumped up after you covered that bunt.
Yeah.
You like that? He said, I had to do it. I need to get better at it. That was a good sign.
Yeah. It was a good night for him. It was a good bounce back. So many times he's really struggled in San Diego, which I shake my head at it, and I know that there were a lot of pitches that were left out over the plate in the middle, but he was still throwing 98 miles an hour. That is not easy to hit.
Right.
It was the Padres night, and I was just curious to see how he was going to rebound from that. And well,
if he can stay anywhere close to that, and like you said, what, sixth inning, he's still pumping 98, 99, 100.
His last, or it wasn't his last pitch, but the pitch that he threw 107, 105 was at 100 miles an hour.
Foul ball. Hit it a long way, Jose Ramirez.
James pitched 6 innings last night, had 10 strikeouts and just 1 walk.
There you go. 1-2. Fouled off. Ramirez 1 for 4 last night. He doubled to left. Good battle here. So far, so good for Miley. 1-2 pitch. Chopped. Ooh, man, knocked him down.
Looked like a cut fastball, 89 miles an hour.
Oof.
Right on his ankle. Now and then you'll see guys, they'll wear their shin guard underneath the pant leg. He obviously was not wearing one.
That's Seth Smith single that he tried to stretch. Here's what the umpires in New York had to say. After viewing all relevant angles, the replay official definitively determined that the fielder tagged the batter runner prior to the batter runner contact in second base. Call is overturned. The batter is out. And they retain their challenge, Cleveland. Seth with that base hit, broken 0 for 11. Right now concerned Terry Francona. Switch hitting left fielder Jose Ramirez. Man, did he take a pop there. Trainer's Jim Quinlan. He's going to do everything he can to possibly stay in the ball game. But he looks like he's in a world of pain. Next pitch is going to be down and in.
Here comes the slider.
You count on it.
Yeah.
Trying to walk it off, and Bill Welke, home plate umpire, and move the process along. He's going to gut it out.
Well, it's a 1-2 count. And for Miley, he typically, with 2 strikes, will throw his fastball or his slider. See the location of that last pitch. This will be the 9th pitch in this at bat, and the 30th pitch overall for Wade.
Take his time. Throws him out. Double play. Big part of that inning for Wade Miley and the Mariners. Coming up, Dae-Ho Lee, his first at bat of the night, followed by Adam Lind and Steve Clevenger. Seattle Mariners baseball here in Root Sports, being brought to you by BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast, and by Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com as we drive north Ruston Way by Commencement Bay. Beautiful. What a great day. A little cloudy right now, but the temperature very comfortable, 76 degrees. Dae-Ho Lee leads off. Dae-Ho at 305, 8 homers, 20 runs batted in.
Eight home runs and only 95 at bats for Lee. Had a good road trip, hit 429 on the road trip, scored 3 runs, had a home run and 4 RBIs.
Big home run in San Diego started that comeback. Strike 2, 1-2. Top into the zone. A wry smile, trying to shake that one off. Missed outside. Dae-Ho's posted 5 consecutive multi-hit games. Nice run. 2-2. Nelson Cruz 2-run homer has the Mariners in front. He took a big piece out of the catcher, Yan Gomes.
Bill Welke, a home plate umpire, is going to give him some time.
One of the occupational hazards of that position. And Jose Ramirez, he's going through his pain, so he's certainly empathizing with his catcher. Last time we saw a catcher get tuned up this badly was Stephen Vogt when we were in Oakland last year. And a late arriving crowd. Looks like it'll be better than what we had last night. It was 15,824, so it looks like that number will be beaten here tonight. Start warming up your voices. Got a special sing-along coming up. It's fireworks night. Join us Friday. And thanks to Root Sports, you're going to enjoy a fireworks show set to fan favorite tunes after the Mariners meet the Rangers at 7:10. So log on to mariners.com for tickets. Right now, top 9, Texas 4-2 over Houston, over in Arlington, Texas. Earlier, Yankees took out the Angels 6-3. And Oakland, top of the 9th in Milwaukee, trailing 5-4.
Sam Dyson is in trying to close things out for the Rangers.
Trevor Bauer, what a performance he turned in last night. 7 2/3, a 5-hit, 1-run ball, 1 walk, 10 Ks and 109 pitches. Bauer took his record to 4-2.
Topped out at 97 miles an hour. Had a good curveball last night. Look at his numbers.
Game 3 of this set tomorrow night. Cleveland, just the early stages of a 10-game roadie. Carlos Carrasco, Taijuan Walker, CenturyLink, what's next? And Chris Jimenez is suited up. Doesn't look like Yan Gomes is going to be able to make it. It's a tough break. There's Chris, one-time Mariner. Started last night, went 0 for 3. Scott Service, a catcher during his day as an active player. That's a shame. Gomes is going to have to shut it down for tonight. We wish him all the best. Boy, that's tough. Chris Jimenez takes over behind the plate. Cody Anderson, a couple warm-up tosses. Give Chris a chance to warm up. Chris with Texas last year and into the early part of this year, early May, was dealt back to Cleveland. Chris ready to go now.
2-2 the count on Lee.
Tough break for Gomes. That after Ramirez fouled one off his foot. Deo keeps the at-bat alive. 2-2. He'll be followed by Lind and Clevenger. Right now, whoever the emergency catcher is for the Tribe's not feeling real good right now.
Right.
Dale keeps grinding.
And a long at bat. This will be the 9th pitch of the at bat coming up.
Adam Lind on deck. 2-2 pitch to Dale. Went inside and missed. Good at bat. Be pitch number 10 coming up. Payoff pitch. Struck him out. 1 out. Second K. They're back-to-back here for Cody Anderson.
And I think Lee was looking for the fastball, but he gets the circle change at 86 miles an hour. Deo will swing right over the top of it. Way out front.
Well, we talked earlier about some offers we're going to depart tonight. Smitty's already on the board. He broke an 0 for 10. Adam Lind 0 for 11. The other good news, the good news, he's 4 for 6 with a homer and 3 ribbies against Anderson. See if he can make that work to his advantage.
Adam, the DH tonight. Lee getting the start at first base. 34 pitches, 20 strikes so far for Anderson.
One pitch. Foul back.
Anderson called up for the start, will probably be sent back out after the game. Salazar originally was part of the four-game rotation here in Seattle, but he was scratched, so Anderson getting the start.
Jeez, his pitch volume's been up. They want to give him an extra day. 2-2. This is game 2 of a 10-game road trip for the Indians. 4 here, 3 at the Angels, and 3 at Kansas City, where they just came from having swept the defending world champions. 2-2. Jimenez took a hit there. Fifth start for Anderson against the Mariners, a record of 1-2. Another full count. On deck, Steve Clevenger. Three-two pitch. Long run for Uribe, and a veteran is over there to make the play. 2 outs. It's going to bring up Steve Clevenger with a righty on the mound. Steve, the lefty swinger, gets a shot. But earlier today, before the game, Chris Iannetta was going through some drills. He had Maniacta stand at shortstop and hit him hard hit one-hoppers because Chris was really disappointed he did not make the catch last night. He says, geez, I'm catching 100 pitches going 100 miles an hour. I've made that catch all my life. And the throw from Marte went off his glove. He was distressed by that and the fact that he had dropped one because he hurried in Cincy, and there was another one there. So he said, I just got to tighten it up.
And I'm happy to hear that because that's what he talked about after the game last night. He said the same thing, and we've seen Chris over the years. He's not worried about contact at the plate. None of that's the problem. He just taking his eye off the ball a little bit early. Probably trying to be a little quick on his tag.
You know what he said? He said Santana, he saw Santana make the adjustment and it caught his eye and he was trying to go with it. Santana was originally outside, then went inside and the ball and then tried to make that adjustment that you talk about, and it went off his glove, and he would have been dead to rights if he holds on.
Right. But he said he was going to get out and get some early work in today because of that, and I'm glad to hear that he did.
It was impressive. I mean, Vanny was banging some balls from shortstop with that fungo. Clevenger, who hit his only home run of the season against Cleveland, flies out to left field to end the Mariners' second. Columbia Bank difference of the game. Behold, Mr. Cruz. He knew it too.
Well, 14th home run of the year, 2-run home run up in the first inning, give the Mariners the lead.
Some kind of strong. Well, yet Ionis Martin, you saw him. He's going out to play for Tacoma. I believe that's tomorrow night or Thursday night, and then he'll be back here Friday. Last night we had Ken Griffey Jr. with us. Tonight we get Jay Buhner in his regular Tuesday segment. What do you say, pal?
How are you? Good to see you
very
guys.
well.
See you, Jay.
And congratulations for
Yeah, G-Money. How about that? Bringing home some
National
hardware.
Championship, NAIA.
Yeah, good for LCSC and J-Rob. They're Jeremiah Robbins, their head coach, and the city of Lewiston. That was a first-class tournament, and it was a nail-biter.
All right, tell me.
It was a nail-biter. You don't even want to know how it ended.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask.
So we're up 12-8 going into the ninth inning, and two up, two down really quick, and then base hit, then a walk, then a double. Runner on second, 12-10 ball game. Next guy walks, then they get a base hit and 1 run scores, and the next kid tries to go first to third and gets thrown out at third for the last out of the game. Ooh. So that didn't go over real good. But,
What's happening right there?
G-Money, yeah, Gunnar got the Gold Glove for the World Series, so I'm happy for him. It's good to see him stay healthy and bounce back and be a part of an unbelievable program, great group of kids in the city of Lewiston, and that school, they're first class all the way. And to host it, and they have it the next 3 years. Man, there was 5,020 people at the championship game. It's pretty impressive.
So as one dad to another, and Mike will agree with this, and dads who are watching and listening, how did you deal with?
Not very good. It's still fun to talk about. I mean, I get emotional talking about it because it's it just something kind of comes over you when you get your kid and they come through. It's a pretty awesome deal. So
on the track, Uribe is retired. There he is in motion. How did he play?
He played good, man. The whole team played good. You know, they got. Big Z Zanin came through and got the MVP of the tournament and raked for him, but they hit 6 bombs in the championship game. But unfortunately, the team they were playing, Faulkner, hit 5, so it made it an interesting ball game. And at the end of the day, somebody ran out of outs, and luckily it was Faulkner. So it was a battle and true tested. And you know, at the end of the day, I thought the stronger team mentally and physically came through.
Nice. Congratulations.
It was funny, Dave.
Job.
You'll appreciate this. Jay was saying that when they were in that last inning, he said he was pretty good up till the last game. Then he got a little bit nervous. Last inning, he said he got up, started to walk out, had to turn around and look. Got up, walk out, turn around and look.
I wanted to leave to go to the bathroom and hide, and something kept grabbing my head and looking back at the field. And I'm glad I did because it ended in a good way. But I can see what all the parents out there that go through. Now I can, because I coached a lot of these kids all the way up, and to be on the other end of it. Even though it was a front row seat, it was a pretty nerve-wracking seat. My wife was worse than me. Leah was pacing and had an upset stomach. And so hopefully next year they get a chance to go back and maybe it'll be a little bit easier, but I don't think it'll ever be easier. Hopefully
tonight you bring that good karma to this ball club, which is trying to end a 4-game losing streak.
I tell you, last time we were in, we were talking about how Cruzer's going to get hot. It's just a matter of time, and his numbers were pretty good, but he hadn't really got hot yet. And
Steady going back, bounces off the fence, gets it back in, and Lonnie Chisenhall with his 8th double of the season, coming with 2 outs here in the 3rd.
But I think it'd definitely be good to get him going. I know Seth going back on this ball, he wanted to do the same thing that happened to him, so he's trying to throw him out as well. You get me, I'm going to get you.
Yeah, unfortunately that one bounced a lot higher.
Mm-hmm.
2 outs, a man aboard. Top of the order, Rajay Davis.
Davis is 3 for 8 against Miley in his career. 2 of the 3 hits home runs.
Davis hit a home run last night, 3-2 pitch in the 5th off of James Paxton.
How about him? What a game last night.
Well, we enjoyed it.
Back.
Really enjoyed it.
I think that's pretty special to be a big lefty like that and throwing 99. I think that It's nice to have him on our side, that's for sure.
Topped out at 101 last night.
Right field for Cruz. And Miley Weathers, a 2-out double, no problem. Bottom 3 coming up. O'Malley, Aoki, and Smith. Mariners 2-0. Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports being brought to you by Frontier Communications, providers of next generation Fios TV and internet, and by CHI Franciscan Health, the Mariners' official partners in health. Learn to stay Northwest healthy at nwhealthy.org. Sean O'Malley going to lead it off here for the Mariners. Jay Buhner with us here and looking ahead in the Mariners schedule. Got some tough hombres coming up.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier, does it?
O'Malley inserted into the 9-hole and at shortstop with Ketel Marte suffering from neck spasms a couple of hours ago.
Dave, Jay and I were talking about the schedule, and I think we both agree, Jay, at this point you're in the tough part of your schedule. For the Mariners, all you have to do is just hang in there. You're not going to go on any long winning streaks when you're playing against all the division leaders as O'Malley takes that breaking ball for a strike. So just hang in there, get some guys healthy, get Marte in the lineup every day. You're going to get Martin back on Friday.
Right.
And just hang in there in the meantime.
Get King Felix back and get everybody healthy in the meantime. You just got to keep doing the little things. They've done it before. We were talking earlier. It's not like they don't know they can get on a winning streak. So you get everybody firing on all cylinders, and sometimes you get a few bumps in the road along the way, but you know the good teams find a way to get out of that. And at the end of the day, it's a long season.
Right.
It's a long season. It's a grind. But I mean, let's be realistic too. Sometimes you got to tip your hat. I mean, they've gone against some pretty tough pitchers here, and you know they got outpitched and they got beat, and so part of that is being realistic and just understand to tip your hat and bounce back tomorrow. But look at Houston. I mean, we were talking about them. They were in the cellar. Look how hot they've gotten. So
Delta Airlines keep climbing standings. That's up to the minute. Texas a few minutes ago closed out the Astros 4-3.
Nobody's hotter than Texas, but then you look at the Cubs and you see what their record is, and then Boston's got what, the #1 offense in baseball. You're getting ready to face.
Yeah.
You know, and Mike, you were saying what, Tampa Bay is what?
They're leading the league in home runs.
Oh, so.
But that's
part of the deal.
You have to go through all that, don't you?
Yeah, and you got to be realistic and you got to prepare for that.
Right, exactly.
So that's why they have scouts and cross checkers, and you got scouting reports, and you go and you got matchups, and you do all your homework, and they got the iPads down there. And
the other team we will be facing coming up, Detroit, 2nd in batting, 5th in runs, 2nd in hits, 6th in homers.
How about that? Their skipper was on the chop block there for a little while. Remember? Now it's like, it's always, what have you done for me lately, right?
2 out, Seth Smith. Another bullet. Napoli's got it in fair territory. The Mariners go quickly and quietly here in the third. They lead 2-0 on a Nelson Cruz first inning homer. Your 2-0 Mariners, and the 2016 MLB All-Star Game ballot is here. Head to Mariners.com, choose your hashtag ASG worthy stars like Robinson Cano, and see them to the MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard on July 12th in San Diego. Vote today, vote often, vote tomorrow, and vote Cano and Cruz. Mariners.com/vote.
And Seager. Just get out and vote.
Been coming.
I think it's kind of funny how it seems like half of Kansas City is in the top and everything, and two of the guys are on the DL.
Yeah, right.
They're done for basically one's done for the year.
Stock is done, and Gordo's on.
That's going to be hard to come back to for him.
Jason Kipnis leading off here for the Indians.
And Ventura's lucky he didn't go on a DL today.
Took a pretty good shot.
Little WWE move on him.
There's a look at the Central Division of Royals. As we mentioned back on June 1, we're up 2.5. Now they're down 2.5 starting today.
And how about Chicago? It started off in great shape. And
the White Sox?
Yeah.
But how about them snaking a pitcher out of San Diego? I think, for me, I think that's a great fit for him to get out of San Diego.
Talking about James Shields.
Yeah, Shields. And, I mean, especially when your owner just throws you under the bus like that. It's time to cut ways, and so that's I think that's a great pickup for the White Sox.
Miley, his first walk, and faced Francisco Lindor. Grounded out to Cano. Mariners held him down last night 0 for 4.
It's a good looking player.
Second to Carlos Correa, Rookie of the Year, balloting last year.
Some people were saying he should have maybe won it.
Yeah.
I know, Correa's pretty special. Reminds me a lot of A-Rod when he came up, about the same size, big old meat hook hands, and he's just still growing and growing. So we'll see how long he stays at shortstop, but he's pretty special. And he keeps doing some magic. He's got that Houston team playing really good right now.
Mike, what do you think of Miley's curve to this point? Because that has been a problematic pitch for him recently.
I think when you look at his curveball and his changeup tonight, been able to keep him down in the zone, and that's the biggest key for it. Jay, like everything starts with his fastball command, which he's been able to pitch inside, hasn't let the ball out over the plate. There's another good changeup for him.
Pitching to both sides of the plate too, keeping him honest with that little cutter in there.
A couple of bad swings right there, and you can see this year his fastball's been okay. His slider's been his best off-speed pitch. His curveball has been the problem. Leaving it up in the zone, that's what has hurt him, and that's the reason why you see the slugging at 652.
Oh, and 2 from Miley. Ball 1 to Lindor.
Miley was able to get a double play. Back in the second inning, Santana hit it over to Kyle Seager. They were able to turn the double play, help him out.
Missed by much.
He wanted it too.
2-2. Third start for Miley against Cleveland in his career. 0-1 record at 8.22 ERA. Runner goes. Throw down to second by Clevenger. Wow. Got him.
Got a great jump too. I thought there was no way. Showing some good arm strength right there.
And the Indians like to run. They are third in the American League in stolen bases. It was a strong throw, and I'm not sure that anybody will put a tag on you as quick as Cano.
That's impressive.
He is always catching that ball, Jay, and you can even short hop him from that in-between hop, and instead of coming up to get the hop, his glove is always moving down towards the runner.
Look, he's already breaking down.
Yeah, you can see him. He's just anticipating it in his glove, and when he catches it, it's going down. So many times you'll see guys, and that glove will come up a little bit, and sometimes the runner can sneak his hand in there, but that's as good as it gets.
Yeah, it's great footwork right there.
I'm trying to remember who's that. He might be the best I've seen, certainly in the last 10-15 years.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
That's not easy to do. And another walk. So back-to-back walks for Wade. First 2 walks of the ball game.
Watch the look at the ball, a little slice there.
Actually helped.
It did, because it was sinking down towards the runner.
Got his glove right in the right spot, but just his footwork. He makes everything look so easy. It's just like that play a couple innings ago, the bang bang little banana. I mean, for him to be able to get himself in that position and throw on a run and make it look so easy, almost like a Tony Fernandez kind of Olay from down under, to show arm strength, but pretty special.
Be careful here with Napoli. Napoli with a base hit to right in the second inning was raced into double play.
Hit it off the wall in right field, and Cruz was able to get it in and hold him to a single.
Elevated just enough.
Back on April 19th, Miley had some difficulties in the 4th inning at Cleveland. He walked 4, including forcing in a run with the walk. He's walked 2 here. Double play would help him out again. Give Napoli the entire right side of the infield. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2.
Now with 2 strikes, I don't see why you wouldn't stay inside a ball right here and just fist it over the second base and take the base hit and get a guy first to third. Although he's paid to hit the ball out of the ballpark, I know, and you're down 2 runs, but still.
Strikes him out. That's the second K. That's a big one for Wade Miley. 2 away here in the 4th.
And we saw this last night, elevating the fastball up out of the strike zone, and Napoli was chasing it last night, and there he's able to pick up a strikeout on another fastball up out of the zone.
2 outs, runner at first, and brings up Carlos Santana.
I think they did their homework right there, the way he was set up. That's the scouting report.
Was certainly paying attention last night. Punched out 4 times. A bit different though, because he was seeing 100 miles an hour up the mountain.
Carlos Santana bounced into the double play in the second. Last night a good evening. 2 for 4. Swinging about well. 4 for his last 8.
Throwing 100, then you got a young buck coming in that was throwing 101. How's that looking?
With a pretty good slider too.
I think he's got a bright future.
How about him throwing 11 pitches and 10 of them for strikes?
Especially major league debut, a
coming from Double-A.
Coming from Double-A, not really being a bullpen guy. Pretty impressive the way he carried himself.
Converted starter.
There you go.
Through the hole.
It's the best way to beat that shift. And that was by design. You could tell by his approach, the way he drove it that way. When you're down 2, you got to get guys, you got to get the rabbits on base, and what better way to do it than take basically the whole side of the infield and take that knock. Check that ego.
Santana 2 for 4 last night, 1 for 2 this evening. He's their DH tonight. Brings up the left fielder Jose Ramirez. Fouled one off his left ankle last time up. Eventually tapped back to the pitcher Wade Miley.
I love it. He's bearing down right back in there again and getting to hit it off that shin.
Oh, he has the guard on there now.
Funny how that's on there all of a sudden, huh?
Who's got an X-ray? Give me that one.
Yeah, because you know that thing's probably still got a heartbeat down there. So the last thing he wants to do is get anything remotely close.
Two outs, 2 on. Mariners nursing a 2-0 lead. Bouncing ball, Seager.
Attaboy, great play.
Gets the force. And that'll do it. As Robbie has a conversation with Santana. Nelson Cruz, he powered one out of here. First inning, 2-run shot, his 14th home run. RBI's 41 and 42. He's coming up when we return. Rail stations, they're open on Capitol Hill and at the UW. Now that deserves a foam fingered high five. Plan your trip at soundtransit.org. Northbound at Stadium Station. I mentioned I took that a couple of weeks ago to the airport and it was outstanding.
My boy's up on Capitol Hill and that's how he gets around too. It's awesome. The new stop right out by his apartment there.
Can't beat it.
Pretty nice.
See if the Mariners can build on this 2-0 lead against Cody Anderson, Robinson Cano, Nelson Cruz, Kyle Seager.
You got the right guys coming up, don't they, Dave?
Yes, indeed. Robbie on a 3-2 pitch, 2 outs in the first, single to right. And then Cruz on a 1-0 pitch hit a long home run, left center field. Strike one.
Yeah, he's getting locked in, that's for sure. In a nice series in Texas. Just had to go back and beat up on his old team, huh? It's funny how that works, isn't it?
Manelli, yeah. That's good stuff.
I mean, a couple of those balls. Not only that, that one that guy made, what a catch he made with his hat.
Was that crazy?
That was impressive.
That was going to be a back waller.
Yeah.
1-1. Robbie third in home runs in the American League, second to David Ortiz in RBIs. Big Papi started today with 54. Robbie with 48 runs knocked in.
He's going to retire. Seriously. I mean, at some point, does he need to? I mean, they're going to pay him. You know what I mean? I mean, why not?
I remember talking
Pull Brett Favre. Just say, hey, I think
Brett Favre.
You know, I mean, truthfully.
Never mind.
Edgar was thinking about it, and all of a sudden, you know, so why not? If you're still backlegging stuff, keep taking that money and running to the bank.
I remember a couple of years ago, Ortiz was here. And Robbie's 2 for 2. And Ortiz was saying, they don't have anybody down there that can replace me. So why not keep going? That's about 3 years ago, and that's what he's been doing.
Well, why didn't he just keep saying that?
Well, and their team is doing well. They're only a half game back.
Yeah.
So they're playing good baseball. Just take a look at this swing by Cano. Gets in on him a little bit, but picks up a line drive base hit.
Look at his head, though.
Never moves.
Look at that. The head is down, that power V. Look at it in his balance, too. That's what's good to see. He sure looks comfortable at the plate this year, that's for sure.
Here's Nelson Cruz, 14th homer. Extended his hitting streak to 4 ball games.
I like it. No batting gloves. Just grip it and rip it.
And that's a recent change, too.
He goes back and forth depending on how he's feeling.
Well, something tells me after his first AB, he's not going to put him on.
Yeah, he didn't have him, the second game? He went gloveless, I think, second game in Texas?
Well, it's not too humid here, so I think when you start to get some of the humidity in there, the hands start to sweat a little bit. It's probably a good idea you have that. Otherwise, you're doing the baton twirl, the toss down the line or let me go. Or...
Talking about Boston a few seconds ago, they lead at San Francisco 2-1. It's in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, you know he's having fun. It's always fun to win. And what else is he going to do? He doesn't play golf. He doesn't do anything. I mean, just wait.
He can change his mind.
He should. Right now.
So we're there.
I mean, I'll take it. Just give me the money. I'll take it. Come on.
I will give him the message when we get into town next week.
Yeah, give him some love for him, would you? He's a good man.
Talking about David Ortiz, 2-1 here to Cruz.
He will talk your ear off.
Oh, he's amazing.
Oh, you get him going and start twisting that little thing in his back. And
remember, he came in about 5 years ago. He was really hacked off. Laz Diaz had punched him out a couple of times in the game with some high pitches, and he grabbed me and pulled me into the video room. Yo, bro, you gotta look at this, man. Look at that Laz. Look at what Diaz did to me. And he was. It was a couple of pitches. He was hilarious. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nelson Cruz. Went chasing. Good strikeout for Cody Anderson. 1 away, 1 on here in the 4th. Time now for greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. How about Robbie Cano? His ranking among second basemen: homers, ribbies, slugging, tied for first and extra base hits at 10th, and balls put in play. Vote for Cano at MLB.com. Jerry Dipoto had a lot of great things to say about him, about his leadership with this ball club, talking about Cano. Here's Seager.
Well, you know Altuve is going to go in, but there's no reason why Robbie shouldn't be in there.
Kyle took a called 3rd strike, first time up.
And he didn't like it. It was a fastball that was in off the plate.
It was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One to Kyle. 0 for 3 career against Cody Anderson. Anderson in his 2nd year in the Bigs. 15 games last year. 7-3 record. 3.05 ERA.
He's wearing out that Columbus shuttle, isn't he?
Yeah. Well stroked. Right field. And a nice catch by Chisenhall.
Go-go gadget arm out there. He's done a nice job for converted 3rd baseman, huh? Pretty impressive. That's a tough play right there. On a run, arm up, extension, and then tries to back pick him at first base. That's when you know the guy likes his arm. He's got a good one.
Well, you've made that play a few times out there.
It's fun, you know. I tell you what, it's fun to bait some of these guys sometimes. You kind of kind of sometimes nonchalantly, purposely go into something, and you do that 360 pirouette and throw them out. The way he played that ball off the wall, it's like he was at home. It's nicely done.
There's Dale Lee.
That's why when you go into a new ballpark, you always go out the first couple of days out there and make sure you take lots of ground balls, fly balls, throw a ball against the wall so you know how it kicks back. Count your steps on the warning track. How's the outfield grass? Is it snake? Is it true? As it gets later in the game, does it get a little dew on it so it might skip on you? Know the corners. Is there any little tricky bounces that might be going on out there? And then that way you get out there early and get it all done during early BP. And once the game starts, you've done your homework and you just go play the game.
Did you learn all that from Rusty?
Absolutely. I had one of the best. Absolutely. Rusty Kuntz was the best outfield instructor, bar none. And that's why Kansas City keeps bringing him back. They won't let him go just because of what he does, the way he teaches. He makes it fun. That's what's awesome.
Did a pretty good job with Gordon, a third baseman, and put him in left field. And
absolutely.
Now how many gold gloves has he won?
Yeah, gold glove later the very next year. That's impressive.
Yeah.
So Rusty's he's just really good at having different drills. Especially he figures out which way you like to go, and then he basically takes the other side that is what you think is your weakness and makes it a strength. And so he gets you comfortable going either way, gets you comfortable if you don't feel good going back on the ball, and he just works with it. And he's magical with the fungo, which always helps. When you got an outfield coach that can actually hit fungo to you and
top
place
spin,
it,
backspin,
and place it right where you need to be, and absolutely can hit it off the wall at will. He'll stand at second base and smoke them out there, and you go over and you play in the hop or the carom off the wall and fire it back in. So to have a guy that can do that.
3-1 to Deo. He had a 10-pitch at bat first time up, struck out. It's 3-2 again.
He's come up big though.
He has.
My goodness. I mean, you look at his numbers and the short amount of bats he has. And you flip them, that's a pretty good year. That's, you know, that's 100 steaks, 100 ribbies for you. And now he's hitting against right-handers. He was starting off just playing lefties.
Well, one of the things about him is obviously he has power. It's what he's done throughout his career. He's a good hitter.
And a good first baseman. He does a nice job over at first base. He got some soft hands and a big target.
But we've seen him, and you talk about it when you're on with us. But runner on second, couple of outs, all of a sudden he'll shoot that ball the other way, pick up an RBI, another run. We've seen him do that a number of times this year.
Take what they
give
you.
He's a smart hitter.
He's taking what they give you. I agree. I mean, if they're going to give it to you, go ahead, take that RBI.
He did that in the 7th inning, the great comeback game last Thursday, second time up. Remember that? He went the other way?
Which is great. Still, one of the things that's more fun, though, for me is when it gets late, he goes up to the plate. He knows his job is to try to hit one out. And that's when that leg kick gets really high. And a fastball anywhere in the area, he's going to cut it loose.
It is the whirly bird comes into effect. There is no doubt about that.
It's a lot of fun to watch.
Adam Lynn popped one up. Uribe made a play on him in foul territory his first time up. He won't get that one. So the Mariners have runners at first and second. 2 outs here in the 4th, leading 2-0. Nelson Cruz a 2-run homer in the first. Meanwhile, Wade Miley struck out 2, walked 2, giving up no runs on 3 hits.
How good was that San Diego game? Just to be a part of it. I thought it was good before, you know, the last Tuesday I was in the booth. That comeback win was incredible, but come back the way they did. I'm like, you drop a 5 spot, and then I'm looking, I go, they just dropped 7, and somebody goes, nuh-uh, try 9. I'm like, what?
I'll tell you what, it's a top 5er of any broadcast I've done, football, baseball, basketball, without question.
And it's caused dissension in San Diego.
Yeah, right.
I mean, the owner said, you're out of here. You're going, we're trading you to the White Sox.
You know what was amazing about that? All the guys, and Scott used the entire bench, all those guys came in and were picking up base hits and RBIs. Dale Lee came in off the bench and ended up 3 for 3 with a home run and 4 ribbies.
How about that? You get called on, you end up with 4 steaks. That's pretty awesome.
0-2 here to Adam Lynn with 2 on, 2 out. Juan Uribe, one of the really good guys. Veteran, been everywhere. Ooh, he gave it a look.
Look at the guy's reaction. He goes, you want it? He's had a nice career.
He really has.
He has, I tell you. And he's like, he reminds me a lot of AB the way, I mean, he's always smiling, having a good time.
Leader too, man.
And respects the game, yes.
His leadership was invaluable pretty much everywhere he's been. The Dodgers, the Mets most recently.
And to that point, it gets thrown around a lot, but people talk about a winning ball player. That's what he is.
Absolutely. Yes. That's why teams.
All the little things you need somebody to do. He not only is willing to do it, but he can get it done.
And he can pick it.
And he'll hit one out of the ballpark from time to time too. Nice career.
And yeah, he's good at setting you up.
He babysat Puig for a couple of years down in L.A.
Well, that's a full-time job.
Adam Lynn trying to pick up a run or 2 or 3 here. 1-2 pitch here from Anderson.
I'll tell you where he'd be a nice fit is over in Kansas City, trying to get that Ventura kid turned around, because he's a loose cannon. He's going to end up getting some of his teammates hurt. Because at the end of the day, when that stuff starts breaking out, you got to go to you got to go to his defense. But how about if you're the guy that walks to the plate and you get retaliated on? I'm not a happy camper right there.
Well, and the other part about it too is for his team, as one of they're hurting. One of their guys too. He's going to get himself hurt.
Yeah, and they're already beat up. Stay in the game. They need you.
Lindor plays it on the hop.
That boy beat it.
Safe. Oh, there's a break.
Boy.
The second baseman Kipnis was not there in time. The second base umpire was in the way. He hit the double clutch. Adam Lynn kept running, and now the Mariners have the bases loaded.
Wow.
He held onto the ball for a long time, though. Even when he looked to make the flip and saw that he didn't have a play, he still held on to it.
And Deo didn't go down either.
I think it's Day. He didn't give him a throwing lane right there. So at the end of the day, somebody's probably going to tell him next time, just chunk it. He'll get out. You throw it right at his bonnet, he's going to get out of the way. Nobody wants to spit chiclets.
Mike, that happened the other day. Remember, was that down in San Diego? Remember, because I remember saying Deo didn't get down. I was in Texas. That's what I was saying. It was Texas.
Yeah.
And he didn't get down, and Elvis came, and Elvis threw it right by his ear.
Yeah, well, that's all it takes. One time you whiz it by, they'll get down.
So good opportunity here for the Mariners. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Steve Clevenger is going to be the hitter. And Steve Clevenger is 2 for 3 with a homer, 2 runs batted in against Cody Anderson.
Cody Anderson has had to throw 25 pitches in the inning, 77 total. Might be getting tired. Hopefully makes a mistake.
Great opportunity here with 2 outs. First pitch to Clevenger. He got his only home run of the season in Cleveland. Looks at strike 1.
Ooh, how good would that be? A grand salami.
Clevenger hit a 2-run homer in the 2nd inning back on Thursday, April 21st. It was against, you know it, Cody Anderson.
Tom Gorzolani, the left-hander, getting loose for Cleveland.
He can spike.
It's away from Jimenez, and Cano will hold.
I think he made the right decision here. Take a look.
Yeah,
if you're going to score on this play, you have to take off right away, and a little bit of hesitation at that point. There's no reason to go and just get that far away.
I think if it bounces out in front just a little bit, I agree. I think.
Already 1 home run for the Mariners. Cruz in the 1st inning with the 2-0 lead. 1-1 here to Clevenger. 2-1. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Mariners. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for Cleveland. Second game of a 4-game set. Cleveland. Second game of a 10-day road trip. Wade Miley has the lead. And Clevenger to right field. That's going to get down. Scoring is Cano. Deo Lee right behind him. Steve Clevenger with a 2-run double. 4-0 Mariners here in the 4th inning. Wearing out Cody Anderson. 2-run homer last month and a 2-run double here.
Looks like the changeup, 86 miles an hour circle change.
How good does that feel for a guy that gets limited playing time and to be able to come through in the clutch?
I'll tell you something else, and I think you'll agree with me, Jay, is when you go through these little stretches, and the Mariners have done it a couple of times, but when you lose 3 or 4 in a row, it seems that you can't get away with anything. And right there, the play by Lindor, the one that he doesn't make, ends up hurting them. The Mariners take advantage of it with that base hit by Steve with 2 outs.
0-1 to O'Malley.
How about that? One little, you let your guard down just for a second. The baseball gods have a funny way of finding you, don't they? A little lack of communication.
Chance here to pick up a couple of more.
And it goes his own runs, too. When you thought you had an out. And there's another
smash to the gap. That'll get 2 more. Lynn scores. Clevenger right behind him. O'Malley digging for 3. Here he comes. Going for 3. He is safe.
Is that exciting or what?
Sean O'Malley with his first triple of the season drives in 2. And the Mariners lead 6-0.
You gotta love it. The unlikely heroes to step up big time for you right here. It's what it takes a full team to win.
Marte, a late scratch. O'Malley gets put in the game because Marte isn't able to go when he comes up with a big base hit with 2 outs. And he was flying around the bases.
Right out of the box, he was thinking triple. That's the only way he gets there because it's a bang, bang play.
And the Mariners now 3 for 3 with runners in scoring position.
How about the tag by Uribe, though? Makes him wear it, doesn't he?
It's old school.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he's in a just nice little swipe tag right to the bonnet.
Boom.
Right to the head.
And the bottom of the order producing big time here. Daeho Lee scores. He walked. Lynn gets aboard, and then 2 runs knocked in by Clevenger and O'Malley. 6-0 Mariners. They're 8 and 9 hole hitters. Steve Clevenger, 2-run double. Sean O'Malley batting 9th, a 2-run triple. The Mariners blown it open 6-0, and Anderson done for the night.
3 2/3, 7 hits, 6 runs. They were all earned. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, 83 pitches, 51 of those for strikes, and he's responsible for O'Malley, who is at third base. Don Gorzolani going to take over. Third of an inning against the Rangers. He picked up the win, just 2 pitches.
2 pitches and you snake a win, huh? How about that? That's vulturing right there, isn't it?
Former Pittsburgh Pirate.
It all evens out. Yeah, right.
Here's Nori, 8th man to the plate here in the 4th inning. Coming with 2 outs. Nori, center field, hanging up in the air, and making a play is Rajay Davis, but an outstanding inning for Seattle. Big 4 spot on the board, opens up a 6-0 lead. So Wade Miley has a nice cushion here as the Mariners come up big. 8 men to the plate in the 4th inning. They get 4 2-out RBIs. Meanwhile, Wade has upheld his end of the bargain to this point with a couple of strikeouts, a couple of walks, and he's throwing shutout ball against the Cleveland Indians, a team that's 4th in runs scored in the American League.
Tell you what, the Mariners have been doing a lot of 2-out lightning.
Yes, they have. That was a big part of that big comeback in San Diego.
That's unreal.
That's going to live for a long time. Here's Chris Jimenez, second time up. He had to come into the game. Yan Gomes, the starting catcher, suffered an injury and had to leave the contest. Jimenez first time up in the 3rd, took a called 3rd strike. 2-1. And there's base hit.
Didn't waste any time, did he?
Leadoff man's aboard here in the 5th inning, and this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Here's Juan Uribe, flied out to center. Went 0 for 3 at a sacrifice fly in last night's game.
Not getting any love with that little cutter inside.
No.
He's wanting it too. You can tell by his reaction.
There's a strike, 1-1.
But that pitch opened up that pitch right there.
Mariners trying to end a 4-game losing streak, and in the process stop Cleveland's 6-game winning streak. 1-1. Broken bat, Looper, Robbie.
Oh,
drops.
Nicely done, but he's not going to get away with it.
It was a good try.
Can't blame him.
He's laughing about it now. Why not try it?
John Hirschbeck.
He's like, no, you got too many gold gloves, bud. Nice try.
Oh, I lost it in the lights.
And that is Hirschbeck right there.
Yep. Robbie tried to get away with it. Lonnie Chisenhall doubled to left field last time. John the crew chief.
Sorry, there's not too many of the old school guys left anymore.
No,
he's one of the very few. I know Dale's still around, JJ's still around, Joe West, but man, and why not?
Goes off Clevenger's glove. Runner advances. So a pass ball. Gets Jimenez to second.
Just sailed on him.
Did.
Yeah.
Little Navy pitch. Sailed. I'm here all night.
Rim shot. 0-2. Gonna bring sound effects next time.
Yeah.
Here's one for you.
Yeah, exactly. I need the peanuts.
that was one of the best commercials.
Jim does a good job. Copacino. They're always fun to be a part. That's for sure.
Goes left field again this time. Seth, easy play. There's 2 outs.
Have you seen that one, Dave? Jay is a stand-up comedian.
Yeah. But a bump. There's a Buhner jersey for you. Top of the order. Man at second base, Chris Jimenez. It'll bring up Rajay Davis.
Was that Marcus? He looked like a friend.
Davis 0 for 2, fouled out to Dae-Ho Lee and flied out to right, Nelson Cruz. Just joining us, Nelson Cruz, 2-run homer in the 1st, and then with 2 outs in the 4th. Mariners got a 2-run double from Steve Clevenger and a 2-run triple from Sean O'Malley. Sent 8 men to the plate in that inning. 0-1. Fly ball right field, easy play for Cruz.
That a boy.
And Wade Miley gives up a base hit, strands a runner in the 5th, and he has a good situation here, a 6-0 lead for the Mariners.
Everybody, welcome back to Safeco Field. Angie Mentink at the Ford Sports Desk, wondering where you are rooting tonight. Remember to use the hashtag #WhereIRoot on social media, like Haley in Milwaukee, repping the Mariners. And then we've got Caitlin on a Mariners date, know where she'd rather be, and we assume that no one she'd rather be with. And finally, we've got Nick, good beer, good weather, and even better friends. I like that recipe. Remember to use the hashtag #WhereIRoot, presented by Alaska Airlines. Guys.
Well, we get some clouds. Thank you, Angie. Some clouds moving in here into Seattle, where the Mariners lead it 6-0, bottom of the 5th.
Can't beat this weather, though, we've been having.
No,
oh, my
great.
goodness.
There's Seth Smith for the 3rd time. He lined out hard to Napoli his last time up. Singled off the wall, tried to stretch it into a double in the 1st inning, and Chisenhall threw him out.
I know he's only hitting right around 260, but I tell you what, this guy always gives you a professional at bat. He's one guy that I feel like he goes up there. He's not afraid to work the count. He's not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. He's not going to give away at bats.
Gorzelani on in relief of Cody Anderson, the starter. Well, you're right, Jay. We see it every day. He's been outstanding. Jeff Manship warming up. Kipton is playing at short right field, the second baseman.
I think the thing that he does, and if you watch him every day, the value is obviously he can hit and do a lot of things that you can see in the box score, but it's the rest of it that you don't see. The amount of pitches. The other day we did a game, and there was 120 pitches thrown by the opposing team, and he had seen 25% of them. 30 out of the 120. One guy in your lineup.
Strike 3 called.
Pretty good breaking ball.
Even though it's not a strike.
One out here in the 5th. It's game on for girls' night at Safeco Field. Wednesday at 7:10. For only $35, ladies can pick up a Maynard Terrace Club seat and their first drink. It's all part of EQC's Girls' Night Out. The special offers available only at Mariners.com/girls. One out here in the 5th. Robinson Cano having a good night. 2 base hits to right, 2 runs scored. Cruz brought him home in the 1st inning. 2-run homer. Scored on the Clevenger double in the 4th. One and 1. One here to Cano. Infield playing him straight up, way outside.
Sure, that's not a real comfortable at bat for a lefty. A little sidewinder, throwing a little frisbee at you, coming at your hip.
2-1. Bounces in, foul. Abby going against 33-year-old Tom Gorzelani. Been in the big league since '05 with Pittsburgh, the Cubs, Washington, Milwaukee, Detroit, and now first year with Cleveland.
Shows you if you're lefty, you get a lot of lives, right?
Oh boy.
Especially when you do that to lefties right there too. A pretty good one.
2 outs. And Terry Francona going to make a pitching change. He's going to bring up Jeff Manship. The pitch to Nelson Cruz. When we come back, 6-0 Mariners. Edwin Diaz, and boy, did he turn on the Seattle Mariners fan base last night as we take a look at our Big Fish Casino Big Cats, a converted starter, #2 pitching prospect in the organization, and last night he made his major league debut, and we can't wait to see him again. This was impressive, fellas.
Hit 100 miles an hour 4 times last night. 11 pitches, 10 of them for strikes. A couple of ground ball outs and a strikeout for him.
That was his family watching. They had been down in Texas when he got called up to the ball club.
You can tell by some of those things guys saw the velo, and they were cheating like crazy on that dead red, weren't they?
Got a standing ovation as Cruz fooled big time by Jeff Manship. Cruz 0 for 2 against Jeff. There's Diaz. Mike Hampton, pitching coach in front. The bullpen coach.
Looks good down there, doesn't he? Wearing that big S on the hat. I like that. Coffee's a little bit better here than down in Double-A.
Keep him around for a little bit.
Heck yeah.
Hey, I was saying
keeps doing what he's doing. Why not, right?
I said last night to Mike, I said, "Bye, don't rent."
Uh-oh.
This is tag center field. Did he get another one? Yeah, he did. Boomstick, baby.
I think it's official. He be hot.
Nelson Cruz, his second home run tonight, his 15th of the year, his 3rd RBI tonight gives him 43, and the Mariners have a lucky 7-0 lead.
Michael, a little hanger and banger right here, baby.
Yeah, 84 miles an hour on the slider. Belt tie out over the plate.
That was some leaning extension right there. Poppy, look at big Poppy. Oh, there it is. There's the hanger, and he did not miss it. See his eyeballs light up. Ooh,
that's a power stroke.
It is. A little scoop swing, ball jumping. It's got a nice sound, doesn't it?
Yeah, most of them, Mike, wouldn't you agree here? Of the 15, about 13 of them had that sound.
Absolutely agree.
I mean, it's just crispy.
Line drive 400 feet.
Wow.
Especially in this yard.
445,
yeah,
they're calling it.
Yeah.
446 with a 112 velo. Man,
446. Well, I mean, he's been living right in that 450 range here for this last, what, 3 or 4?
Yeah.
I thought the first one tonight had a chance to get off the scoreboard right off that Built Tough out there over the beer garden there for a second. But
it went 447 on Sunday down in Texas, and if the guy doesn't catch it with his cap, that Mike, we had it what, 470?
Yeah.
Easy 470 plus.
I think Canseco hit one off the top of that back wall, and they said that it was 487 feet.
Off the back wall? Come on.
You dug out down to Texas. And that dug out the bullpen.
Short-changed right there, man. That's got to be every bit of 500 feet.
Another 2-out run.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Yeah.
Another 2-out run here for the Mariners. They got 4 of them in the 4th inning. Another one here in the 5th.
Look at him, too, just sitting there. I mean, he just crack a smile for a minute, and then he's game time.
And Seager's aboard. You know, it's fun talking. I talked to Seager yesterday about this, and Cano's told me before I mentioned it to Mike that Cruz is one of the first guys here, and you've been here early. He's banging the weights hard before a lot of guys even get here.
I mean, big time throwing it around.
Yeah. 18th career multi-home run game for Cruz. Last time was last July 22nd at Detroit.
He is a true professional. First one here, last one to leave. Workaholic. Doesn't want to be one-dimensional. Loves being known as a power hitter to all fields, but at the same time, too, wants to be known as a good outfielder. And saw the play he made earlier out there to keep Napoli to a single, and takes pride in all that.
Mike, you and I talk about it all the time. Hits for average. You know, situational.
You forget he hit 300 last year.
From foul pole to foul pole. Yeah. That's the reason why they don't shift on him, which is, I love that, too.
1-1. Deo, the 5th man to bat here in the 5th inning. Baseball writers are handing out good guy awards. He's going to win it.
How about getting him into an all-star game?
Here.
Let's start with that. He's going to force him to do it at the end of the day.
See what Deoli can do here. 2-1. He struck out, walked, and scored tonight.
I think last homestand, Mike, we were talking about how he hadn't got hot. Remember, he was hitting 285 with what he had, like 9 and 28 or something, and then he goes out on the road and he got busy. Now his damage is up there.
Deho up the middle, indoors, smothers it, flip, got him, nice play.
Same guy.
2-out home run by Nelson Cruz, his second of the night. And watch this. Get out of town. Straight away center field. Mariners have a 7-0 lead. Seattle Mariners baseball here in Root Sports, being brought to you by Jack in the Box. It's back, the Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack. Taste it before it's gone at Jack in the Box. And by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. Good look at Point Defiance in Tacoma. Beautiful day. Kipnis trying to start things off for the Tribe here in the 6th inning. Some great scenery. Pull up. Gorgeous day.
Is that a convertible right there?
I don't know, but it looked pretty good.
Sure did.
And MGB, I'm told. Kipnis straightaway center field, backs up Noriaoki. He's got it measured, and he's got it in his glove. 1 out.
That brings back a good commercial with Edgar Martinez when he's cruising up in the convertible and he's got the remote and he goes, "It's a good day to play outside."
1 out. Here in the 6th, Jay Buhner with us, as he is on every Tuesday home game. How about Miley so far? What do you think?
I love it. I thought we made a trade for a new pitcher with that.
Oh, you hadn't seen him shave
no,
yesterday?
Man.
Yeah.
What, he fall asleep in the barber chair or something? But he's looking good and he's pitching even better.
There's Lindor, shortstop. Looks
there you
like
go.
one.
Now he got a little love out there. I think they want to get this game rolling a little bit. Bill's like, okay, I'll open it up a little bit out there for you.
Ground out and a walk so far for Lindor. Batting in the 3-hole.
You're right, though, Mike. He is struggling with that breaking ball still a little bit. But he keeps getting, Bill looks like Wilkie behind the home plate umpire is giving a little love away. So why not stay out there?
Seager on the backhand. Strong throw, 2 down. Well, speaking of outdoors, time now for a Geico This Date in MLB history. Take you back to '89. Blue Jays and Brewers play the first ever MLB game, partially outdoors and partially indoors, when the Skydome roof must be closed in the 5th inning due to weather. How'd you hit up in the now the Rogers Center?
Loved it. I didn't care too much for the turf. It was a lot better than the old stadium because that's where I broke in, played my first big league game.
Exhibition stadium.
Oh my goodness, and it was some sort of cold. It was third week of September.
Oh, right on the Lake Ontario.
Oh
right?
man, we just got through the playoffs. I got up there, and man, it was freezing. It was an old football field or something. They tried to convert it into a baseball field.
Right.
So
they played there at least 2 years at Exhibition Stadium.
Yeah, and I remember they said, "You ever played left field?" I'm like, "I had," and I'm like, "Absolutely, yeah, all through the minor leagues."
What did you play in the minor leagues, Jack? You played right
center. I played center up to AAA, and then they moved me over to right field. Roberto Kelly went to center.
Swing and a miss by Napoli, and a nice piece of pitching by Wade Miley. 10 pitches. And when we come back, you're going to see Adam Lynn, Steve Clevenger, and Sean O'Malley, who had a 2-run, 2-out triple in the fourth, helping to build this Mariner lead. Good night here for the Mariners. Glad you're with us here in Root Sports. 7-0 Mariners. Nelson Cruz, a 2-home run night. Got it started in the first with a 2-run jack. Then in the fourth with 2 outs, a 2-run triple by Clevenger, a 2-run triple by O'Malley. And then Cruz comes back with a solo blast with 2 outs in the fifth. So Nelly with his 18th career multi-home run game. Adam Lind leads off. Got an infield hit, scored back in the fourth inning. 1 for 2. Back up the middle, base hit for Adam Lind. A 2-hit night as Adam just erases that 0 for 11 that he carried into today's game.
A 93-mile-an-hour fastball in the outside corner, had a little run to it.
Look out. Jeff Manship, the third Cleveland pitcher tonight.
I don't think he can do enough PFP to try to get in a good fielding position for that one.
Yeah, that's so true, Tommy Hunter.
Man.
Beaten up. There's Steve Clevenger. Fly to left and a 2-run double to right.
That was a big base hit. Had 2 outs in the inning. Mariners catch a break on Lindor. The shortstop was fielded a ground ball from Lind and took too much time. He was able to beat it out for an infield hit, and then Clevenger ended up with the double, drive in 2.
Double play ball. Quick 2 outs. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Train. Got some teams that are swinging the bat, doing some interesting offensive things. Tampa Bay, it's a lot of home runs. Boston does a lot of everything. And Detroit, also one of the upper echelon offensive ball clubs.
Oh, and then, by the way, you play St. Louis, too, which every year is in the World Series, it seems like. That's all right. They keep doing what they're doing here tonight. fare just fine.
Sean O'Malley, 1-0 pitch, triple to left center field in the 4th inning with 2 outs. Drove in 2.
Not bad, knowing that right around BP that you're on the bench and all of a sudden you're now the starting shortstop coming through.
Del Marte scratched because of some neck spasms. So hopefully he'll be all right. And the good news, we'll get Leonis Martin back in the lineup on Friday against the Texas Rangers.
What a bad break for him, because he was hot. He was, I mean, he was, man. He
15 for his last 30.
And let's not forget playing Gold Glove defense out in center field. And the way he plays it too shallow, the way he goes back.
And already a career high in home runs for a season of 9.
2-2.
He's got some thunder in that bat. I was impressed in spring training with a couple of the balls he hit down there. I was like, man.
Side to O'Malley.
So it doesn't surprise me he's got 9 at this stage of the season.
Nori Aoki is on deck. O'Malley draws a walk, so 2 outs again. Let's see if the Mariners can play another run or 2 or 3. Stick around after the game. Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines. Brad, Bill, Jen, and Angie. And your postgame interviews, stats, and highlights coming your way. Edgar Martinez got to like what he has seen here tonight. The Mariners 7 runs on 9 hits. Cruz with 2 home runs.
And he's excited right there.
He really is.
Trust me, guys.
Ball to get this. You're murder. I'm telling you.
Retirement? There's no retirement.
That'll do it for the Mariners. 7-0 as we go to the 7th. Smile about? How about tonight's attendance? 16,944 here at Safe Go Field. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Jay Buhner with us here this Tuesday evening. A lot of good things have worked well for the Mariners tonight. One of them, that man right there, Wade Miley, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, shutout ball through 6. Hooked foul and hard by Carlos Santana, who's bounced into a double play and singled to right. What's the biggest thing you've seen here, Mike, in terms of Wade turning things around?
I think he just continues with his fastball command, working both sides of the plate with it, but more importantly, a couple of the pitches that have been causing him some problems, his curveball and his changeup, he's consistently kept them down either at the bottom of the strike zone or down out of the strike zone, not leaving anything in the middle of the plate.
3 defenders left side of the infield for Santana.
Get a little more depth on that curveball by slowing it up.
Yep. And he's had a good changeup tonight.
His changeup's been real good.
Vidal Nuno getting loose out in the pen. 91 pitches, now 92 pitches for Miley.
Right in the kitchen.
O'Malley throws him out, 1 away. Beautiful colors here this time of year in Seattle. 7th of June, 9:09. We still got a decent amount of daylight left.
I like
Equinox not till Equinox coming up June 21.
I mean, how can you not love this place this time of year?
Gorgeous.
You know, and it's 9 o'clock, like you said. You still got some light. I like that.
Yep. Jose Ramirez 0 for 2.
2 more days to the draft, too, boys.
That's right.
Any news on who the Mariners might be looking at as their #1 pick? Any clue?
No clue.
Yeah, I'm just curious. You always got the mock drafts and what have you. And I know that Puck kid from Florida is probably going to be one of the top 2, not #1 by the Phillies, but we'll see. I know the kid from Gonzaga had a heck of a year this year. He'll probably be right up in there in the top 5, I would think.
First telling me pitcher from Boston College, possibly.
There you go. Take a look at the draft schedule. Takes place Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The Mariners have pick number 11 and number 50 on the first day.
I like that. It's pretty cool if they're doing that now, covering that.
Yeah.
Give those kids a little love early on and
bring them into
absolutely
the MLB headquarters in Jersey. Oh yeah, hot corner, hot corner.
And that sounds like a commercial. Need Charlie come running out and say,
yeah, right. That thing was smoked. They're playing the music for it, aren't they? It sounds like it.
They are.
that commercial, Seager and that was last year with Wilhelmsen and Furbush was hilarious.
Oh man, Furbush, you don't have to.
Yeah,
you don't have to ask him twice. He's all in, game for anything. He's crazy. Be nice to get him back. What's the news on him? You guys heard on that either?
No, I haven't heard.
And I hope you think he'll be back after the All-Star break, hopefully.
That's probably the most realistic scenario right now.
I agree. I think if you're going to do it, but boy, I tell you, he's still fun in that clubhouse, and he's a practical joker, and
he is a personality.
He is. He is.
He's also one of the best in the business at what he does.
And chomping at the bit to get back. Ho-hum, Robbie, ho-hum.
So 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 in a row retired by Miley. 7-0 Mariners. Check winning numbers. It's all possible if you download Washington's Lottery mobile app. Play today. Some happy patrons here at Safeco Field. 16,944. All you have to do is look at the score. It says Mariners 7, Cleveland 0. Mariners trying to end a 4-game losing streak. The last 9 home games are just 4 and 5, and they want to win here tonight because Texas won again, 4-3, beating Houston. And they got it with a 2-run homer from Ian Desmond in the 8th inning to provide the difference.
How about that guy? Hitting 189 for almost the first month, and now he is in a bargain in baseball at $8 million in Ian Desmond.
We were raving about him over the weekend.
I'm telling you, he's a shortstop. They had him in left field a little bit. Now he's in center field, and I'm telling you, it looks like he belongs out there. He's impressive.
Why is it that when we saw him earlier and he was in left field, he looked a little bit like a shortstop playing left, but now in center field, he looks like a center fielder.
Oh, he's an athlete. Everything's right in front of him. He runs like a deer. I mean, he's got some thunder. I mean, they're looking like geniuses right now signing him to that contract.
Seth Smith the lead. Off against new pitcher Tommy Hunter. Tommy Hunter, well-traveled right-hander.
Ex-Baltimore Oriole, right?
Yep.
Starter.
Texas Ranger.
Defensive changes. Michael Martinez in center field. Rajay Davis moves from center to left. Jose Ramirez out of the game. Earlier in the ballgame, his first at bat, fouled one off his ankle. 7-0 score. Terry Francona said he'd heal him up.
That's probably smart. Get him on the ice and stem in there in the training room.
Shift on against Seth. Pulled foul.
Nuno had been up for the Mariners. Now it's Benoit.
Boy, that's a feel-good outing for Wade Miley, fellas.
Well, they really pitched well today. It's good to see. One of the things about Wade is we talked a lot about the issues he had in the first inning, was able to get through it today 1, 2, 3. But if you look at his career, as the season goes on, he gets better.
Line drive, Lindor off his glove. That'll be a base hit. I think knuckle on him a little bit. Seth will take it.
It's a bullet.
Mariners and Indians square up tomorrow. Game 3 of this series. 7:10 start time. You can get in on all the action for less when you buy a Safeco Insurance Grand Slam Family Package. A ticket, a hot dog, and a Pepsi. You know what it's going to cost for the whole gang. It's available right now for one package value price. Tickets at mariners.com.
Well, I think with the shift, it was Uribe, and so that's bigger glove too. Looked like the ball was just cutting on him a little bit. Right, is what it was doing.
2-hit night for Smitty. Started tonight 0 for his last 10. Tonight he's 2 for 4.
And he squared up 3.
There's Michael Martinez, new center fielder. Big cut by Robbie. 2 for 3, 2 runs scored.
He was hunting that dead red right there, trying to reach out and touch someone.
Robbie with 16 home runs. Cruz has hit 2. He's on deck. It's a Cleveland ball club that's played well without Michael Brantley, probably their best hitter. All-star performer, outfielder. Coming in is Davis to make the play. Let's review Mr. Cruz. Couple of home runs tonight, boys.
Gets a fastball, middle limb, elevated, belt high. Sends it out to the pen. And then this is a hanging slider. Line drive, straightaway center field.
Only 446 feet.
It's almost 900 feet of home run tonight.
And he now has 15 home runs.
Oops.
Yeah.
Well, they come in bunches, and there's no doubt. He had a nice little road trip, and here tonight, adding 2 more to that list.
Cruz 2 for 7 against Tommy Hunter. Inside 1-1. One pitch. Up high with 97. Barrel roller. That is a foul ball. Count goes to 2-2. Coming up tomorrow, game 3 of this 4-game set. It'll be Carlos Carrasco, good young pitcher, goes against Taijuan Walker, looking to get back on a winning track, tied at just 2-6. But he certainly was inspired by James Paxton's performance and using that good heater last night. See if he comes back with some tomorrow.
Nothing better than a little friendly competition, huh?
Yes, indeed. 2-2 pitch here to Cruz. That'll get fouled. Tommy Hunter's been in the big league since 08. Texas, Baltimore, the Cubs, and now first year with Cleveland. He's got a career record of 48 up, 34 down. Started in 75 games along the way.
It's funny because when he was a starter, he was 92, 94.
2-2.
And now he's like a lot of those guys that go down to the bullpen and all of a sudden they add 3 or 4 on the velo. And I think last time I saw him throwing, he was throwing 99.
Last 3 home run game. Got to go back 6 years. Jose Lopez against the Blue Jays.
Jose Lopez.
Wow.
That's a blast from the past, isn't it?
Man, it's been 6 years.
Wow.
Holy mackerel. Wow. Well, start another list. 3-2. Did he check? Check down to first. He did, says Mike Malinsky. Mariners 1 out, 2 on. 2 men aboard for Kyle Seager. The Goodwill Refuse to Abuse 5K here at Safeco Field is a unique and fun way to run or walk every level of the ballpark, including the field. This year's event is Saturday, July 9th, so hurry and register today at refusetoabuse5k.org. Refuse to lose. You brought that here, didn't you? Is that you?
That was a fun time.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we did.
And also, you're the author of 2 Outs, So What?
Yep, exactly. Bill the Beer Man, if I remember correctly. Kind of got all that going, remember?
Sardinius has come on as a pinch runner for Cruz.
So can Cruz re-enter? See, I'm in that NAIA kind of.
I'm going to say wrong league.
They're going to double play out of it as Kipnis runs down that soft liner off the bat of Seager. Nothing to cross for the Mariners. End of 7 at 7-0. Delivery of the game. Take you back 2 outs, 4th inning. Steve Clevenger, 2-1 pitch. And he doubles to right field. That'll score 2. And then the next hitter batting in the 9-hole is Sean O'Malley. Was added in when Marte was scratching. He triples to deep left center field. That scores 2 more. So it's a 2-out Lightning. 4 runs for the Mariners. Big inning for the fellas. 4 runs on 4 hits. And then add in Wade Miley. A very strong bounce back performance. 7 innings of shutout baseball.
Talked about his struggles a little bit in the early innings. Took care of that right away tonight. 1, 2, 3 first. Overall 7 innings, 4 hits. Did not give up a run. 3 strikeouts for him.
Oh, and by the way, works pretty fast too.
Works pretty fast.
Oh man, gotta like that.
Sardinas takes over at short for O'Malley. Joaquin Benoit, 8th inning specialist. Boy, here's 2 crafty veterans here. Boy, Benoit against Uribe. They've seen a lot, done a lot.
O'Malley leaves shortstop. He's out in right field now.
I'll tell you what, the young kid Diaz up now. Benoit down there, good mentor for him.
Good call. Very good call.
A lot of years and a lot of stripes on that guy's belt. And shirt.
10 appearances on the year, 2.70 ERA, 10 strikeouts, and the 10 innings that he has worked, opponents hitting just 143. Good fastball, right around 94 miles an hour. Slider split.
Really reminds me of Jose Mesa a little bit.
It's a good call.
Just the way he works and the way he picks his leg up. And
both big men too.
And especially on that last fastball at 96 miles an hour.
Seager's got it. Checking with Angie Mentic at the Ford Sports Desk.
Dave, thanks so much. Lots of people here at Safeco Field tonight, but you don't have to be here rooting for the Mariners. You can be in the comfort of your home or maybe Cano's home. This one coming from the DR. I believe that's Welcome Guerrero, if I can translate that one correctly. Remember to use the hashtag #WhereIRoot on social media, presented by Alaska Airlines. We also have this one from Arden, watching the Mariners with burgers at the Bayview Airport. That sounds delicious. Where I Root, presented by Alaska Airlines. Guys.
All right, Angie, thank you. Drive deep to right. Lonnie Chisenhall has just left the yard. There goes the shutout. Lonnie with his 2nd home run, 11th RBI. 2-hit night for Chisenhall. He had a double to left center field back in the 3rd.
His 2nd home run on the year.
Well, I guess if you're going to give them up, that's the way you want to give them up, huh?
Yeah.
Attacking the strike zone with the lead.
Big leg kick. And then jumps on a first pitch fastball.
Top of the order, Rajai Davis. Benoit and you mentioned Jose Mesa, heavy fastball.
Joe Table, absolutely. Joe Table, nasty split too.
Two 2-0. Davis 0 for 3. Fouled out to Dejo lead, twice flied out to right. 2-0. High pop. Playable. Long run for Seth Smith. Sardinas calls him off. Smitty. No, Smitty wins it.
Oh boy.
Watch the fans' reaction here on the home run by Chisenhall. Oh boy, he put a good stroke on that. And watch the young lady.
Oh, you're not going home with me.
Okay. Points taken off the board for that man right there.
It's so wide. I love it.
Having a good time.
Whatever, running one out there anyway.
Jason Kipnis, the hitter. Over 2 with a walk.
Hey, they got airtime, right?
And they kissed and made up.
She's like, you could have given it to the kid if you didn't want it.
1-1 to Kipnis.
Talk about unorthodox batting stances. See how he starts. He starts with that bat kind of laying flat, but then he gets it to the hitting area.
Backs up by Oki. A few steps. Home run by Chisenhall gets the Tribe on the board. We go to the home eighth. Lee, Linden, Clevenger coming up. 7-1 Mariners.
Safeco Field. Mariners lead it 7-1 in Game 2 against the Tribe. Hi, everybody. Angie Mentink here at the Ford Sports Desk. You know, umpires, they are the guys that we love to hate. But tonight, just tonight, I'd stop from throwing anything at your television screen because of calls you don't like. Because earlier today, the umpiring crew working tonight's game visited Seattle Children's Hospital as part of the Umps Care Charities Blue for Kids program. John Hirschbeck, Bill Welke, and DJ Rayburn, along with the Mariner Moves, handed out Build-A-Bear stuffed animals to the kids. They're battling cancer and other illnesses, and this was the 115th hospital visit by MLB umpires since the program started back in 2006. For more information, log on to www.umpscare.com. Guys.
Job well done, gentlemen. Job well done. New pitcher Dan Otero, the former Athletic.
19 appearances, 0.78 ERA, 20 strikeouts, 5 walks in 23 innings. Opponents hitting .207. He's yet to give up a home run.
Dale Lee leading off.
Deo was robbed his last time up. Hit the ball hard back up the middle. Fine play by Lindor.
Oh, 1 pitch. Just outside the zone there. Steve Cishek going to get some time tonight.
He's giving love out. No love in tonight.
Yes, he has. Stays out there.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. He went.
Come on. I mean, I said a little outside, but
jeez.
Man.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Any language, any continent, that's not a strike.
Nothing else you can do but laugh about it.
Now, Dennis Eckersley used to get that all day long, but different time, different game.
Adam Lind with a couple of hits tonight.
I'd like to hear the translation of this message.
Well, I think Scott's trying to help him out.
I'll just let him know you got to shake it off.
Well, and it's not just that, but earlier in the game, too, he wasn't happy with a couple of calls and showed it. And I think Bill Wilkie's been around for a while.
So you're saying they might have a little bit in the
send a little message.
A little bit?
Yeah, send a message.
Yeah.
Just trying to help him out.
Starting Friday, there's a weekend showdown taking place right here at Safeco Field between the Mariners and the Rangers. Make sure you're here. These two teams battling for top honors in the American League West. Get your tickets for all the games in this series by visiting Mariners.com. Updated Delta Airlines keep climbing standings up to the minute. Rangers beat Houston. Ian Desmond, a 2-run homer in the 8th. The difference in that contest this evening. Scored 2 runs, bottom 8 to rally. Desmond goes 2 for 4, a homer, 2 runs batted in. Steve Clevenger is the hitter. Carlos Gomez, a home run, 2 RBIs for Houston. Martinez now at second base, and Tyler Naquin in center field for Cleveland. Three and 1. Good night for Robinson Cano. 2 for 4, 2 runs scored. Nelson Cruz, couple of home runs, drove in 3. Clevenger is aboard via the walk with 2 outs.
He's had a good night. Showing a good eye. I mean, that's hard to do. You sit as much as he does to be able to go up and give some quality ABs like that all night long. So I don't know how they do it. I really don't. Just like even being a DH. I don't know how those guys. It's a different mindset. That's for sure.
Also threw out a runner tonight.
Yeah.
There's O'Malley. Strikeout looking, 2-run triple and a ground out. Little late, 1-1. Pitch. Took a little off. Goes foul. Angels lost at the Yankees 6-3. Oakland lost at Milwaukee 5-4. And Texas, as we mentioned, 4-3 win over Houston, your other divisional games. Elsewhere in the American League, San Francisco 3-3 at home against Boston. White Sox got pummeled at home by the Nationals 10-5. Kansas City lost again 9-1 at Baltimore. Detroit 3-2 over Toronto in 10. Minnesota 6-4 in 11 beats Miami. Kansas City only 2 games over 500 now. Got 1 run on 10 hits. 2-2 to O'Malley. Ball 3. Two outs. Clevenger runs a pitch, fouled off. Steve Cishek is ready to work the top of the 9th.
How about Minnesota, though? You look, that's a team where I just scratched my head because the year they had last year, now they got 16 wins, 17 after tonight.
He's going to get down. A base hit for O'Malley. A 2-hit night for Sean.
Oh, boy.
There's a late ad when Ketel Marte was scratched with neck spasms.
Kennewick boy, right?
Yes, sir.
A little sinking fastball, able to stay on it. We were just talking about it, Jay, and guys don't have much of an opportunity to play. It's pretty impressive to see him come in and pick up a couple of hits. He drove in 2 runs with a triple.
It's also impressive to have the amount of gloves like you used to carry around and can do a lot of different things for you. So that could also help you get in the lineup a little bit more. So it's a nice luxury to have.
See it tonight. Started at shortstop, and now he's in the outfield, out in right field.
A lot of guys that had a good career being a super utility. We had one of the best for a lot of years in Mark McLemore.
Yep.
Tony Phillips is another one.
Clevenger drove in 2. O'Malley drove into a 2-hit night for O'Malley. Runners at the corners here. Bottom of the 8th for Nori Aoki.
He's about due for a home run here. It's been a while, hasn't it?
He's got just the one. The dribbler, Otero. Got it and throws him out. Mariners strand 2. We go to the ninth. Steve Cishek will face Lindor, Napoli, and Santana. 3, 4, and 5 here for the Tribe. 7-1 Mariners.
Mariners lead at 7-1. Steve Cishek in this one to finish it out. Will not get a save in this one, but ahead on Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines. We're going to hear from Nelson Cruz on his big night. We just saw Sean O'Malley. He was pretty fantastic as well. Steve Clevenger had great numbers against Anderson coming in, and they get better. Bill Kruger with insight on how Wade Miley attacked this Cleveland lineup, and we'll look ahead to Thursday's MLB draft. It's all ahead on Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines, guys.
All right, Angie, look forward to that. Steve Cishek, game number 24 for him.
Opponent's hitting just 174 against him, 2.49 ERA.
I like his little AC/DC for his song to get him fired up, huh?
Lindor, switch hitter.
Well, that's a frisbee.
Lindor, Napoli, and Santana. Sardinas, a lot of backspin, long throw. Lindor can really run, beat it out. Base hit. Other games in progress right now. 3-3 Rockies and the Dodgers, top 8 in LA. Atlanta 3-2 at San Diego, top 9. There's Napoli, base hit to right, 2 strikeouts. Strike 1 to Mike. Mariners infield of Seager, Sardinas, Cano, and Lee. Deal one. Way outside. Dodgers brought back their youngster, Rias, 19-year-old. 4 innings of work tonight. Cishek, 2-1.
Now you scratch your head on that call today, a little bit, huh?
No doubt about it. 3-1.
That pretty much reinforces what you were talking about.
Yeah, I think so. That's one of those things Scott watching wasn't going to let it go for a day or two. Get after it right now. And
swing and a foul tip into Clevenger's glove. Napoli's gone. He's K'd 3 times tonight, 4 times last night.
Just a good fastball, bottom of the strike zone on the outside corner. And I think that the thing about it too is for Dejo, I think that he's a guy that it's not going to be an issue for him. He'll be done with it.
Nope. Especially new to a team, not wanting to mess with the chemistry and camaraderie and rocking the boat and respecting the game.
Yeah. For Santana, another switch hitter.
I love it though. Scott not letting create any monsters whatsoever.
1 for 3 night for him. Right field, O'Malley's got room. Feet on the track, now comes in, makes a catch, 2 outs.
It's good. It's starting to get a little cool and damp.
Oh, just the rest of the week.
Yeah, just missed that.
2 outs here in the 9th, man aboard. And that will bring up Michael Martinez for the first time. Came into the game a couple innings ago at center field, since moved to second base. Strike 1. The 0-1 from Cishek. Foul tip caught by Clevenger, 0-2. So the Mariners, Seager, Lee, Aoki. Clevenger had a big night. 2-run double. Sardinas in. Cishek trying to wrap it up. 0-2 pitch. He got him. Say goodbye to that 4-game losing streak. A big Mariner win, 7-1 in Game 2 of this 4-game set with the Cleveland Indians. 2-home run night for Nelson Cruz. A wonderful pitching job by Wade Miley. 7 innings of shutout baseball. Good to see the boys back on the winning track, Jay.
Well, it was a great night, all-around win by everybody, and now it's time to rip out some wins real quick. So it's good to see.
Absolutely, and they maintain the 4-game deficit behind Texas, which won earlier tonight. Good to see you, pal. Thanks for stopping by. All right,
see you in a month, buddy.
For Jay Buhner and Mike Blowers, I'm Dave Sims. Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines starts right now with Brad and Bill.
Thank you, gentlemen. Nice to see the Mariners shake hands and congratulate each other after a big win, 7-1 in Game 2 of the 4-game set. We talked about this 4-game skid, Bill. They're a little outmanned, maybe a little bit, not playing great, crisp baseball. We've seen some errors in Texas, errors last night, but a good start from Miley and good defense, good offense, and it worked out, didn't it?
It did. We got the long ball. We didn't look the gift horse in the mouth. We took advantage of the mistake by Lindor that allowed the Mariners to erupt for 4 runs and really break this game wide open. But Wade Miley, certain the story, a brilliant 7 innings of shutout baseball, and good to see him get back on the right track. This place is a place that he can own. I'm looking at him to take that torch from Moyer, who gave it to Vargas, and now Vargas is going to give it to Miley. He's going to own this place.
The beard is gone.
Yeah.
I like that. Let's get down to the field. Jen Mueller standing by with the guy who caught Miley, Steve Clevenger.
Yeah, Steve Clevenger contributing in a lot of different ways. You are in the lineup because you had some previous success against Anderson. How much did that come into play at the plate tonight?
You know, you don't dwell on past games too much, but I had some success off of him. He attacks the zone, good fastball and changeup guy, and just try to put a good swing on the ball today.
That fourth inning was a big one to help put this away. How did you see the team taking advantages of the opportunities that hadn't been there the last couple of nights?
We strung some at-bats together. O'Malley right after me hit the triple, drive in 2 more runs. Every run you can get in a game is huge. As long as we keep the line moving, we're going to be a good ball club.
Could you appreciate how fast O'Malley was running?
Definitely. I think I was running harder. He probably almost beat me home. But anyways, like I said, it's good to contribute and, keep the line moving for the next guy.
And Wade Miley tonight, is it something more than the beard and the new look that led to the success?
I think his beard was throwing him off balance a little bit. No, I'm just joking. But anyways, he threw the ball good today. He attacked instead of, letting people attack him. He went right after guys today and put them away when he had a chance.
There you go. Steve Clevenger will let him get inside. And guys, how about this? All 7 Mariners runs scored with 2 outs today.
They've been very good all year with 2 outs. Jen, thank you very much. Clevenger at the big double, had a walk, caught Miley. Nice job. And he mentioned it, attack. And we talked about that pregame with Wade Miley. Let's take a look at Wade's line and what he did tonight against what he did not do against Cleveland back on April 21st in Cleveland. He only goes 3 2/3 there. Didn't have great control, had 4 walks. Gives up 3 earned tonight, 0 and 101, and attacking like you wanted him to, Bill. And give us an example, especially there in that second inning.
Yeah, and the second inning is a classic example going against Santana, big right-hand hitter. After he gets into the first pitch, he throws him a changeup, then another changeup, and another changeup. He just set the hook for what? Fastball in, and that turns into a swift 5-4-3 double play. I mean, that's what he did well. The first inning, 3 different pitches to get 3 different outs. He used his changeup very smartly, quite a bit during the game, really able to keep the Indian fastball hitters off balance. The changeup away, the fastball in, a slider here and there. It was vintage Miley.
Off-speed movement, keeping him off balance. He got it done tonight. And oh yeah, Nelson Cruz helped out a little bit too with 2 home runs, his 18th multi-career, 18th multi-home run game in his career. Celebrating, not sure what to do. Seth Smith saying we do this. O'Malley's like, I don't know, we do that. Hey, it all works out. Mariners win it 7-1 to break that skid. We'll talk with Jay Buhner more about this game coming up on Mariners Postgame presented by Delta Airlines.